Mounjaro weight stall and Zepbound weight stall. 9 tips to help you smash through a Mounjaro weight stall or Zepbound weight stall. Hi friends, I'm Elizabeth, Countess of Shopping. I have had the privilege of losing 74 pounds on almost a year of being on Mounjaro. I'm on Mounjaro 15 milligrams and have very excited. The next couple of days will be my 1-year anniversary on Eli Lilly's Mounjaro. I'm really excited today. I've got my co-host, Mr. Freddie. Hopefully he'll provide some excitement as we talk about 9 ways to smash through weight stalls. What prompted this video was a viewer had DM'd me and was like, hey Elizabeth, I noticed in a lot of your videos you keep saying the same weight loss over and over and over again. And at first it felt like a dagger in the heart. It was old tapes of I'm not good enough, I'm not doing well enough, and it really hurt my feelings. But what I've learned on this Mounjaro weight loss stall is it actually had nothing to do with this incredible viewer. And if that was you, thank you for asking that question, because she really was asking for her own weight loss journey. And Mounjaro, I am so grateful because it is a lifestyle change. Zepbound is a lifestyle change. For me, it is a requirement to make lifestyle changes with these. And I want to encourage you, if you're on a weight stall, there's nothing wrong with you. You're not a defective person. For me, when I go into those old tapes, that is old stuff that I'm not carrying with me in these new lifestyle changes, now having actually lost 74 pounds. I do want to preface, as I do in all my videos, I am not a healthcare provider, a medical person. This is simply my own experience, strength, and hope, with the whole intention to hopefully uplift you, provide you encouragement and motivation. So let's go ahead and dive into our 9 tips today of what sparked from a viewer DMing me, which was really helpful actually, because it made me get introspective of what am I doing to break past that weight stall. And I think given context matters. The context is we just came through the holidays. Not only did I not gain weight through the holidays, I actually lost weight through the holidays. This is the first time, probably in my entire adult life, that I've ever had that happen. That right there is a victory. So celebrating those victories, if you have just walked through the holiday season of not gaining weight or maybe even losing weight, that to me is truly a miracle. Because literally last year at the holiday time, I gained a ton of weight. I don't know how much, but I know in pictures I can look back, it was a ton. And at that point, I was not getting on the scale. Like I hadn't been on the scale for a long while. And so this year to lose weight, albeit small amounts, is awesome. And I think that that's an important piece of this pie of going through these action steps for us if you are in a weight loss stall with Mounjaro or tirzepatide, or even if you're on Novo Nordisk, the competitor of Eli Lilly's Mounjaro and Zepbound, if you're on Novo Nordisk, WEGOVY or Ozempic, is weight stalls have happened for me, and they very well may happen for you. It's just a part for me of my weight loss journey and getting my health back and helping fix my A1C levels. And so with this, number 1, the first thing that I look at is, okay, what's going on around me? Well, I had the holidays. The other thing is stress. I'm under major stress. I have a family member who's been in the hospital, and I've actually been at the hospital for multiple days. You'll notice I'm filming in a different location. That's because there's a lot of stress going on that I don't show on YouTube. But that is contributing to my weight stall. Even though I have lost a minuscule amount, I want to celebrate that victory. And reframing that as a victory. When I start listing out what's going on in my life, I'm like, that's actually major and that's huge. Throughout this process, I've continued to walk Mr. Freddie, my dog, and continue to move my body and try my best, and that is a victory. So what I am doing to help move into the new year, new me, whatever you want to say, or if you're watching this and it's July 4th, it's not the beginning of the new year, protein. Focusing in on protein. That is my sole focus, protein. Because we know with any sort of weight loss plan, not just with WEGOVY weight loss or Mounjaro weight loss or Zepbound weight loss or semaglutide weight loss or tirzepatide weight loss, that protein matters because of muscle loss. And so muscle loss, but also staying fuller longer. It's 2-pronged. I notice I have lost muscle. I am actively working to regain back that muscle as my body has transformed and morphed 74 pounds down on my 100-pound weight loss journey. So number 1, protein. I am not measuring out all these portions and things like that, although I do Weight Watchers sometime to help me, and I do use the Beyond Body book, and I work with an incredible dietitian. I'll link her information below, as is my Mounjaro Weight Loss Success Checklist. Free resources on countessofshopping.com, my blog, for 50 plus articles on Mounjaro, WEGOVY, Zepbound, talking about how to help encourage and motivate from my journey that hopefully will ripple for you. So protein for me, I have 100 to 120 grams of protein per day. For example, today was shot day for me. I took my Mounjaro 15 milligrams and I will not be hungry. Today I will make sure I focus in on when I do eat, because I will eat later on today. I'm gonna have some vegetable soup that has some beef in it. And then later tonight, I'm gonna have one of my protein bowls, which if you've seen on my What I Eat in a Day Mounjaro videos, if you click subscribe and like this video, you can also see in the Mounjaro weight loss playlist and the Zepbound weight loss playlist, that is included in that protein bowl. But in there, focusing on protein. So I may not be eating on shot day and the next 72 hours after as much, but on the back end of day 5, 6, and 7, I will be eating more, and I will be making sure I do hit that 100 to 120 gram protein goal to help stay full longer and for muscle loss. Frequently when I am hungry, like rootin', you guys know what I'm talking about? Like, I'm hungry. It's because I didn't eat enough protein. I ate way too many snacky type things and not like a meal. And when I evaluate, that is like the hinge pin for me. Have I been having meals? Now, with the stress that I've been going through, I've been like grabbing stuff. And so today I was like, no, I'm cutting that. I'm back home now. I'm not at the hospital. I can control the food that I'm putting in to nourish my body and to do thy will. I can't control a lot of other things. I can't control what's going on at the hospital. I can't control any of that, but I can control myself and what food choices I have, which is protein. Number 2, nutrient-dense food. So if you guys have seen, and I'll link it down below, my recipes for sheet pan vegetables. Frozen veggies for me have been so key for nutrient-dense foods, because I can't control, like I'm at the hospital and things like that. Having fruits, they go bad in my fridge, except for my pomegranate seeds. I snarf those down. I love them so much. But like vegetables, I kept throwing away vegetables. My solution, if you saw in my Mounjaro What I Eat in a Day, was okay, great, let's get some frozen vegetables and learn how to cook them so they taste really good. Because before, the hinge pin was, they taste yucky to me and gross, and I don't want to eat gross vegetables. Now I've learned how to prepare them in a way, frozen vegetables, that I love. Saves a ton of money, saves a ton of time, I'm not wasting food, and I'm getting that nutrient-dense food. Win, 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 win. I'm getting these 4 wins under my belt, figuratively and literally, by simply having frozen veggies, the big bags that I can get on sale for pennies on the dollar with sale prices for organic vegetables. And that truly, with my protein, helps me stay fuller longer and making sure I'm getting nutrients in too, right? Like if I'm having a bunch of broccoli or green beans or whatever frozen vegetable you want to cook, it's really easy on those sheet pans. So I'll link down below the frozen vegetable recipe that I have and the frozen broccoli recipe for sheet pans. They're crispy, they're crunchy, they taste delicious, they're flavorful, they have seasoning on them. It's really good. I do say to myself, restaurant quality. Number 3, for helping with a weight stall on Mounjaro weight loss. And if you're like me, those thoughts of guilt shame combination come in, I push those back, because Mounjaro and Zepbound are simply but a tool to make permanent lifestyle changes. And part of that is my thoughts. I am not defective. There is nothing wrong with me. Simply learning and going to the next milestone of, okay, let me look back and evaluate with facts, not emotion, but facts. Well, for me, going through the holidays, that's stressful in itself, because your schedule's off, you're hanging out with different family members that may be interesting, stress of trying to make sure it's like magical for your kids and for your family. And there's a lot of expectations that go into it. There's a lot. Then add on their hospital stuff with a family member that I'm caring for, that makes for a lot of stress. And so sleep for me has been massively effective. I've not been sleeping well. So if you saw my other video, I switched actually over to a different magnesium that has 7 types of magnesium in them. I will link that down below. That has very much been helping my sleep. I take it the nighttime around like 8 o'clock at night, right before I go to bed, and it helps me. It's been very helpful, making that transitional shift to a different magnesium to help with my sleep, because my sleep has not been good. This has been helping. I've also been doing meditation. There's an app called Waking Up. I'm obsessed with it. I'm not an affiliate for them or anything. You pay it's a couple $100, but it's a lifetime app. It is the best app, in my opinion, for meditations. My husband uses it. I use it. My son, my 8-year-old, even does nighttime meditations. Very helpful if you're highly strung to, like I'm so type A, like I can get spun up. And so the meditations help calm down. So whatever tools you need to help with your sleep, but if your sleep is getting affected, for me, that has affected my weight stall. And for you, I want to help check yourself before you wreck yourself with your sleep. Number 3, how is that going? What areas can you do to improve it? Now, I have been taking hot baths, but we also just found out that our bathtub is leaking into our living room. And so now a plumber has to come and cut that out, and we're going to find out how many thousands of dollars that was. Last week, I drove through our garage door on accident. That was like $4,000. So it's been a great, the Countess of shopping compound, it's been great in terms, that's why I need to focus it on my sleep. So anyways, baths are the point I was trying to say of all that was baths. That tool has now been taken away in the interim until our plumbing gets fixed, but baths are another great way. You can put in there some Epsom salts that have magnesium to help with sleep time too. Number 4, hormones. For me, weight stalls can happen near my period. And we've talked about this in depth in my free Mounjaro weight loss success checklist. There's thousands of people in that group. All are welcome at that table for Zepbound, WEGOVY, semaglutide, tirzepatide, whatever you're on. I am very rigorous though about who comes into that group, so make sure you fill out all the questions. It's linked down below that private group information in the description for my private Facebook group. So hormones, we talked about this in depth recently in that group about near my period time, every single time it happens, even though I track on my phone, my cycle, I still am like, why am I eating so much? I'm just like, hello, it's hormonal. Like it's a hormonal thing. And so allowing myself extra grace. And this period, I made sure I knew when my period was coming. So I knew when PMS would happen. So I knew when I was going to be eating more to try not to go off the rails, but also to give myself grace. Daniel Tiger told me that I could be 2 things at the same time and that's okay. So I can be giving myself a lot of grace for not going off the rails, but I can also allow my body to do its thing too. I can be those 2 things at the same time. And so that's been very helpful with my hormones. Now, if your hormones are out of whack and it's continuous, it's not just near your cycle, talk to your medical health provider about it. For me, I mean, hello, GLP-1 receptor antagonists are hormonal. So for me, I've had massive hormone changes. If you haven't seen in my Mounjaro weight loss playlist talking about birth control as well, you need to be talking with your doctor or your healthcare provider about birth control too, of what can happen with Mounjaro, Zepbound, and the other GLP-1 receptor antagonists with birth control. That needs to be a conversation perhaps for you. Again, I'm not a healthcare provider and I certainly don't pretend to play one on the internet, but important to have that conversation. So hormones is number 4. Is it because of your cycle, or is it more of a bigger hormonal thing going on that needs more in-depth specialist with it? Number 5, blood work. When was the last time you had blood work done? Because very well, if you're having a weight stall, could it be blood work? Like, would blood work help get some answers? I am very grateful for the telehealth company I work with. I work with an incredible startup telehealth company. I absolutely love them. I will link the article down below, as all my articles are on countessofshopping.com, my blog that has 50 plus articles on Mounjaro and WEGOVY and Zepbound. But in there, they made me get blood work. Is your healthcare provider making you get blood work? I mean, I think it's important. For me, I really was grateful that I was getting, they made me go do it. And it was really simple. I had to do it through Quest Diagnostics. There was one locally here. It was all virtual. Like, it was really simple to go in. There was a kiosk. I didn't really have to talk to anybody except for the person taking my blood. It was very simple. So number 5 is get your blood work done to see if something comes up on your blood work that may be leading to the weight stall. Tip number 6, with my weight stall, as I'm lifting, I'm building more muscle. That's going to change my body as I go through this process of how much I'm eating more. And I've been using the Beyond Body lifting plan. I like it. I talk in a review video, which you can see in the playlist down below, of some things I don't like, but overall I really like it. It's actually been, I love it. I've been using it to help lift weights and it's been awesome. So lifting, that's going to make a weight stall temporarily because I'm eating more and I'm getting adapted to that new lifestyle change. So extra grace is with that too. Plus I'm building muscle. Number 7, nighttime routine. If you're having a weight stall, what is your nighttime routine? For me, and I want to pose this for you, of when are problems or pitfalls for you. For me, it's at nighttime when my defenses are low and I'm tired. When I'm tired, I don't make the best choices. Facts. Like, let's just keep it real here. What do you think, Mr. Freddy? Mr. Freddie agrees. We don't make the best. He's like out cold. Oh, he's up. We went for a mile walk earlier today. Going to go for a 2-mile walk later on today. But nighttime routine, when my nighttime routine has been jacked because I've been at the hospital and changes within just a lot of things going on. So my nighttime routine is messed up. Again, same thing. For me, I cannot be near my kitchen at nighttime, and I have been, and that leads for excess snacking, which leads to excess weight for me. And it's a sabotage tool. And using Mounjaro weight loss, and if you're on Zepbound or WEGOVY, making lifestyle changes and me recognizing, okay, I'm falling into old patterns. I need to move over to these new healthy lifestyle changes I'm making. Very beneficial. So my nighttime routine is I got to get out of and away from the kitchen. I got to go upstairs, take up with me a sparkling water, and chill out and have a different wind down routine besides eating with wind down. Many of you are like, I'm not hungry. For me, I do get hungry on day 5, 6, and 7 of my Mounjaro injection. My appetite's basically back. I'm on Mounjaro 15 milligrams. Basically, my appetite's back. The shot is still working. Mounjaro is still working. It's my body is adapting differently because I've lost 74 pounds. It's not that the medication is not working. It's just working differently because my body's different than when I first started with Mounjaro. Does that make sense? And so, I still get hungry. So people are like, how are you able to night snack? Well, because I still get hungry on day 5, 6, and 7. I just took my shot today. I'm not hungry at all. Woo! In fact, I've been praying. I'm like, please, Lord, let me have some Mounjaro side effects. Because when I have side effects, I don't eat as much. Excuse me. Number 8, stress. Stress can raise our cortisol, which can make us hold on to weight and not lose weight. I've been very stressed out. So much so my eye is twitching. Are you stressed? What do you need to do to help reduce that stress and mitigate that stress? That can lead to weight stalls and also lead, for me, of not making good decisions and leaning into what's the next healthy choice and what's the next loving choice through stress. There's a guy I follow, Alex Hormozi, online, and his wife, Layla Hormozi. I like them quite a bit. I didn't like him at first because I thought he was a gym bro, but now I'm following his content. I'm like, oh my gosh, I really like his content quite a bit. It's business content, but also like health and wellness and stuff too. He weaves in because he used to own a lot of gyms. And his whole thing is working out, about how people say, I can't work out because I'm so busy. And he's like, but that is how you need to learn how to do it, is when you're busy. Because if you stop being busy, that's not life. That's not realistic. You need to learn how to do these lifestyle changes when you are busy or when you are stressed or when you are in the middle of these situations. And that, for me, reframing it that way of like, okay, stress is now not an excuse. I'm gonna have stress in my life. I'm gonna be busy through pockets, not all the time, but pockets in my life, and learning how to adapt with my weight loss journey and my Mounjaro weight loss journey, or if you're on Zepbound or WEGOVY, how to adapt with those too. So number 8 is stress, mitigating that. Number 9 of 9 tips of how to help with weight loss stalls is making lifestyle changes. So this holiday season, having now come out of it, I've been on Mounjaro for a full year, almost. In a couple of days, it'll be a full year. And so I hadn't gone through the holidays yet on my journey. And a year ago, for the last holidays, I gained a ton of weight. And this year, I actually not only didn't gain weight, I lost a few pounds, which is a miracle, by the way. I'm like, that's because of lifestyle changes I've been making, the mindset changes I've been making, walking a whole bunch, lifting, learning more about health and nutrition, focusing in on nutrition with protein and nutrient-dense food, sleeping more, like all encompassing. Having water. You guys know I'm obsessed with Stanley water bottles, and also Simple Modern. I'll link those down below for you, my favorite ones. Making sure I'm having my water. My water for me helps discern, am I just mindlessly wanting food, or is it really because I'm truly hungry? And so having water, like picking up that water bottle, 40-ounce tumbler, by the way, it really does help reframe my brain. I'm like, okay, I'm just thirsty. Or I'm really not hungry at all, I'll have a sip of water instead. And so it gives those choices of like yes and no to an instead option. So what for your lifestyle changes can you make as opposed to a black and white, an either or, but make an instead option, like a plan B, if you will, of I don't need to have it as a yes or no, it can be a maybe or something else. That, for me, reframing things that way has been very, very helpful. So making these permanent lifestyle changes, because at the end of the day, Mounjaro is but a tool, Zepbound is but a tool, WEGOVY is but a tool, and semaglutide and tirzepatide are but tools. And what we choose to do with them is our own business. Now, today's if you've made it this far in the video, we do a certain thing here at Countess of Shopping of where we put emojis down below. It helps me to get to know you better, A, and B, I will intentionally pause and pray over you. If you don't believe in prayer, I will uplift you in positive thoughts. And today's emoji is going to be a cat. Not a dog like Mr. Freddy, but a cat. And that will signal to me that you've made it this far in the video. There's thousands of counts and countesses out there, but there's only but one of me, Countess of Shopping. So it helps me to get to know you better because I truly do care. My whole intention of Countess of Shopping is to encourage, motivate, and hopefully uplift you, that you leave my videos feeling more uplifted. So number one, put down below the emoji a cat, and then I may not reply to every comment, but I do see every comment, and I will be intentional to pause and pray over you, or send you uplifting energy. And number two, we are an action-focused group here at Countess of Shopping, so I want to know, what are you doing today to move you closer to your goals? Tell me in the comments below, what is your focus? My focus today is to focus in on my sleep, because my sleep has been so jacked with being at the hospital and making sure I've been caring for so many other people that myself has fallen off the list temporarily. I'm getting back on the list today, and the way I'm getting back on the list is making sure I'm getting good sleep, because I haven't slept well for many, many days recently, and I'm tired. And if you're in my free Mounjaro encouragement group, all are welcome at that table too. By the way, it's linked down in the description link below. I am behind in some of your requests and questions. Please give me extra grace. I don't shop from the bell tops all the time, like, oh, my life is really hard right now. I've been at the hospital. Like, some of this is not my business to share, and I'm being respectful of what I can share. And so that's why I'm behind on certain things. It's not because I'm trying to be flaky. It's because I'm literally fighting here to make sure my household continues to run. And in my free group, it's awesome. There's thousands of people there motivating, encouraging, uplifting, and great sources of information there. And on countessofshopping.com, I've got tons of articles coming out. You do want to click the subscribe button here at Countess of Shopping YouTube, so you can stay, and the like button on this video, so YouTube will show you more of my content. That is a flag to YouTube to show you more of my stuff, right? And you can see my other playlist down below of Mounjaro weight loss, Zepbound weight loss, and other topics of WEGOVY, semaglutide, tirzepatide weight loss too. So we've gone through today. I want to make sure you also get my free Mounjaro weight loss success checklist in the description link below. Mr. Freddy, do we have any other questions? I feel like he has very thoroughly said his piece. He did not fart in my face in this video as he did in the other video, so that's a win for today. We're going to take our victories where we can get them. That's a victory right there. He's such a good boy. So my sweet friends, as always, I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. Put down below a cat emoji and what you're doing today to move you closer to your health goals. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others. I'm Countess of Shopping. Count my blessings, because life is delicious. I'll see you later, friends. Bye, guys.